Hey there, it's CJ Miller. The video that I'm actually, it should be loading now, it should be about done, was from yesterday. We had an outage and it was like, oh, no, 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 no. But we actually have some pretty quick response here. I have to say, uh, 27,000 homes without electricity in the area. And uh, in the span of about 12 hours, just about everybody's power was restored. And I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. So say whatever you want. I often do over big corporations, especially SWEPCO, which is uh, just a name that's it's got a parent corporation, AEP or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, they're brutal and vicious when it comes to they want their money and they want it now, but they're actually pretty good, you know. But yeah, I've had my quibbles with them in years past, as I do. I'm a what's the word to describe what I am sometimes? A contrarian, you know. Yeah. And so, but if I'm gonna come down on things when they're not right, then I have to, uh, you know, I have to give the props, when it's appropriate. And I have to say, uh, the quick response to getting people back up is great because I was like, oh no, I had just gone grocery shopping. I mean, and when I go grocery shopping, I'm primarily keto. And that means a bunch of meat, and that means a bunch of product in my freezer and refrigerator, and I don't want, I do not want to lose all my food. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. I'm really happy about that. I wanted to give appreciation to AEP uh, and their subsidiary SWEPCO in our area that has gotten us back up. So that's kind of cool. Also, really do come check us out in Shreveport. And let me show you something. Hold on. Oh, forget about it. I was gonna show you some food. Honestly, it's not a big deal. What I did was I took my chicken wings, I raw chicken wings out of the package, and I folded them into a figure four, and then I filed them. I stood them on it and filed them, and then I poured over my favorite barbecue sauce. It's Sweet Baby Ray's, and they come in different varieties, but it's great. But I put it in an oven at 350, and I slow roasted those suckers. Really braised them in the barbecue sauce, but put the barbecue sauce, like I topped it, uh, the wings, and then I let it drizzle as it cooked. And I did it in uh, layers. So about every 30, 40 minutes or so, I'd go over and I'd put another layer of barbecue sauce in, but, thinly coated. Uh, and so, yeah, so I've got this amazing pan of chicken wings, and I did it for 2 hours. Two ingredients. It's amazing, and it tastes and looks almost as if it's coming off a barbecue grill. You know, uh, which I live on a third floor walk up, and so I don't barbecue. I just say I'm not really a big fan of the effort that goes into grilling meat on a grill. I always leave that to my sister when I go to her house. She loves to grill. But yeah, I find it like, oh my God. But anyway, yeah, Sweatco got us back up. Posted the video that I made last night, but I'm good for this. Like, it was so weird. We had very, very dry weather, and we had a storm, a sudden storm that came along and lasted maybe 2 hours, and in that course of 2 hours, uh, and a lot of yeah, a lot of people lost power. So, um, but then they got it hooked back up. So, and then I was like, great. And then maybe just a little bit, we started to get some more thunder. I heard thunder and everything like that. I'm not now, but maybe a small storm cell or something. I don't know, but went on for about 20 minutes and then it was over with. So a little shower, you know. um, I love weather. It's interesting. When I was a kid, we had a rule. We could play in the rain, little baby kids, we could play in the rain provided it wasn't thunder and lightning, and we couldn't be around, and it would be like under the watch of the parents and stuff like that. But yeah, we were just kind of like natural little children, we'd, especially living in the South, and we moved down to this little town. A, a town. It may have actually been unincorporated. I don't know. It's Amelia, Louisiana, and it's actually just outside of Morgan City, Louisiana. And Morgan City is not a city. It's a port, and there's not really anything that's. I mean, it's a city in name only. It's really a town, But yeah. Uh, so yeah, my father worked offshore welding in the very early 80s. And so we lived down there, and it was great. We'd run around and we'd try to catch frogs in the yard, and we'd walk across the street. It was a paved road, but the streets off of it were not paved. And we lived on one side of the road, and our landlord, uh, who became uh, John and Linda. We called them, the kids, Uncle John and Aunt Linda. Everybody in the South, when you're close friends of the family, all the adults are aunt and uncle. Doesn't matter if they're uh, really related or not. At least that's the way it was when I was a kid. So yeah, everybody's like, aunt and uncle. And then uh, yeah, so their house was across the little paved road, the street from us, and then they had a little path, and we would walk down their path. And there were other people that lived in the area and stuff like that, but not many. And that little path led to uh, the edge of a bayou. And we would fish off of it. Sometimes people would dive off a cliff and swim. We would swim there and we would fish. Same spot, same everything. We'd fish, we'd swim. The older kids would dive. Uh, it was not a it was a bayou. I mean, it wasn't a big deep, all this, and in the threat of eels, electric eels, and snakes, and alligators. And you know what? It was just such a natural way of living that it was um, a mutual respect of everything. You know what I mean? Just an awareness. Uh, the bayous. The animals and wildlife that lived in the bayou knew that we lived there, and we lived with them, and they had a respect for us, and we had a respect for them. And so it was just a total fluidity, a almost a symbiotic ecosystem, perfect between mankind and nature, and so it was very beautiful. And I didn't always appreciate it when I was a kid, but that was cool. I don't know how to get on this topic. I don't know. Oh, playing in the rain. So yeah, we didn't mind playing in the rain as little kids, uh, and yeah, so it's a little part of me that I still hold on to. It's amazing to love and respect nature. And now it is wonderful, modern conveniences. I love it, internet, all this kind of good stuff. But the downside is that we actually don't always get out and associate um, with our fellows and neighbors. Not as we don't get to know people as deeply as we used to, and really get the sense of community the way that we used to sometimes. And even when we do, we don't we don't do that as frequently. You know, that is one downside to the modern living. And then, of course, like uh, there's a little part of me that respects that about small communities. But then I also love the diversity of everything that's available in a metropolitan area that I live downtown now. So there are lots of things for me to go out and do and occupy my time, and I do meet people, and we do hang out, we do things. um, so uh, actually being in a small metro area that I am now, I think I get the best of both of it. I get a small town feeling, uh, especially in the sense of community, uh, because my family is from here, and I've lived here so long that I'm actually known. Uh, it's a small enough place that if you live here, you get known. Oh, that's CJ. Yeah, he's that weird little dude, and now he's doing YouTube videos, and you know, uh, he's all right. Sometimes he's got a fucked up attitude, and but yeah, no, but yeah. So it's actually really kind of cool to uh, have that. Whereas when I go to bigger areas, bigger cities, and I've lived in Miami, I've lived in uh, some big places, uh, even New Orleans is bigger than us. And I've been, you get, maybe you get known around your little block, your community, your little neighborhood, but you don't really develop a sense of, uh, the it's always changing everything. And what I mean, but not just the businesses and stuff like that, but I mean like the associations. In a large city, people are always coming to a large city to handle up for whatever, and then they move, and so it's a constant influx in and out in large cities. Whereas small towns, people tend to stick around. So for me, a happy medium, and who knew it? Who knew it? Is the city in which I was born. So when I make these videos about Shreveport and I invite people to come check us out, I'm really sincere about that. And so love and light. Oh, by the way, I'm setting up the guest bedroom. It's going to be a while. I've got a plan for it, but let me know if you want to come through, and then you want to, uh, you know, don't want to stay in a hotel, and whatever. We could work out some sort of like B&B kind of situation. I don't know. Give me some time to set that up. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.